And so in this book, the autistic boy is asked, where does he want to be? Why does he keep jumping? Why is he so ill at ease? And very, very clearly, he wants to be in water, in the water, or in the forest. Forest? Yeah, near the trees. But there are no trees near here. What do you know about trees? I've got to be near trees. Profound autism needs to be in the green light. I started my talk. We come from the green light. And now we're under white light. And we need always to be near the green light. Why? At the heart of each human cell, at the heart of our cells, if you open a cell in the nucleus is made of magnesium. It's a red colour. It gives us that red pigment, the blood, the sea waters. Blood, as you know, is not a liquid, it's a tissue. But at the heart of the cell of every plant is a cell with a nucleus, and the nucleus is green, iron. Iron hungers for oxygen. Manganese, rather iron within the plant hungers for carbon. And our manganese is always hungering for oxygen. So when we talk about the plant kingdoms and the animal kingdoms, you could say the tree is the ultimate and highest expression of the plant kingdom. Certainly the oak within Irish ecology, within Irish nature, the oak supports, when it's alive, 584 creatures. When it's dead, 2,100 creatures live on the dead oak. When it's alive, it supports almost 600 insects and lichens and mosses and all classes of life. That if the oak is gone, their habitat is gone. Hazel 87, many of which insects, if the hazel vanishes, many of the insects have no chemistry, no pH, no place to live. It'd be like humans trying to develop an underwater system of breathing. We just have evolved too far. We can't go back to the womb and back in to the fish fins of absorbing oxygen in our mother's womb through fish fins, which turn into lungs in the second semester. So the highest expression of the plant kingdom, and you know, I like to think that we are the highest expression of the animal kingdom. Would you think so? Would anyone like to contribute an idea? Sorry if for those who don't enjoy eye contact, but listen, that's cool too. It took me years to develop eye contact because I naturally was very wary of my peers. Would you say, Nora, that human is the highest expression of the animal kingdom? Do you believe that? Well, I believe that. I believe that. I can go still now, close my eyes, and get out of my mind through breath. Or you may have prayer, or some other ritual or ceremony that is so important for autism and special needs. The notion of regularity and ritual, looking forward, preparing for Christmas. Mind you, since I turned 60, it's Christmas all the time. But preparing for Christmas, preparing for Easter. Those of you who know Rudolf Steiner makes a big issue about marking the event of the year, especially for special needs. But for all humans, we need always never to forget the notion of celebration, working towards a celebration and celebrating the new moon. I celebrating the full moon. Beautiful old word, Aramaic, Chaldean. Shabbats is the old Aramaic modern Hebrew for the full moon. Shabbats, the full moons. We gathered at full moon and we had our rituals, and we lack these little rituals now. We need them so much. The little smack on the cheek for a child's confirmation by the bishop is insufficient rite of passage. We need to develop new rites of passage, new ways of celebrating our existence, new ways of being together, new ways of behaving in nature. We're the only species that has come into this world. We have no concept or instruction manual of how to behave. We look at a tree and we think of a chainsaw. It's like, that is very, very strange. So, but that's for some reason. We've come into this existence with no, apart from the collective unconscious, the archetypes, we have archetypes. We have our fairy tales. We're born with notions of right and wrong. We're born with powerful images. But we don't seem to know how to behave when it comes to an insight. In the developed West, it's normal for a person to stand on an insight. In parts of the world, it would be an unthinkable thing to do, is to stop the life of a creature. It would be an unthinkable thing to do. It would be an unthinkable thing to do in ancient Ireland, to cut any of the lords, to cut any of the yew, the hazel, the tree of hidden wisdom, the apple, the tree of abundance. The hawthorn now is not a lord or a prince or a noble. It's further down the line. The oak was a major noble. Now, there is an ant heading. It must have come in with the trees. Okay, we'll get that back outside. It may sound ridiculous, but when I got a hepatitis years ago, I went out with a voluntary concern group. I got a very simple, mild hepatitis. I remember getting a postcard from some people saying, the biggest contribution you can make to world peace, though I said earlier, that's not our business. Changing your world, you practicing peace is your business. World peace is none of your business. This world doesn't need your inputs. But the biggest contribution you can make to world peace is to enjoy yourself. Doesn't that sound a bit flimsy and shallow and it's a bit twee and all that? No, it's very, very important. The thing is, when it comes to enjoying oneself, it's easier said than done, because this won't leave you alone. When all the wars on earth are over, the war within the human will rage on.